Welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell from the B.B. Comer Memorial Library here in Sylacauga. Thank you for joining us, and I want to thank TV47, Chris, and everyone who helps us put on our program. Today, I'm talking with Judy Green. She is the Executive Director at the Isabel Anderson Comer Museum and Art Center. Thank you, Judy, for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Great, great. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Most people probably know you, but just a little bit about yourself.
I've been the executive director for going on 2.5 years now.
Okay.
And when I took over, I had no idea what I was doing.
Oh.
So that was kind of strange, but we've accomplished a lot at the museum. I love it. I'm not from Sylacauga, but I have learned so much about Sylacauga. My assistant director, Sheila Smith, she is also not from Sylacauga.
Oh, okay.
So, but we both thrive on the history and everything there is about Sylacauga to know. We enjoy it, and we like to talk about it.
Great. Well, you are part of us now.
Thank you.
Both of you. That's wonderful. Well, you have a lot of things going on at the museum. A lot of things are changing, but tell us about some of the things you have there that stay there year-round.
Stay there year-round. Yeah. Of course, Jim Neighbor's room.
Yes.
You know, that doesn't change. We add to it because we're constantly getting items donated to us, different letters, yearbooks, birthday cards, things like that. So we always add to his room. So that stays the same. The military room stays the same. If you haven't been up there, it's our local heroes, so it's really worth the visit just to see who our local heroes were and are. There's the marble room grows all the time because we're known for our marble.
Right.
So we love showing it off, especially to the little kids, and teach them how we now ground our marble up and sell it in powder form, and it's put into different products like toothpaste and Tums and calcium and things like that.
So
they're kind of amazed. Hodges Meteorite's always there.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that are still the same. We're growing our Comer room, the Avondale room. The gallery's grown quite a bit.
Right. So I know, I guess I didn't say that right when I said stay the same. It's the same exhibit, but you're adding to it all the time as you get things.
We do. We've got a surplus of items we take out and put in constantly.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Swap it up. So if you haven't been in a while, please go. Or even if you have been, new things are added, things are coming. It's a very neat place. I have a cousin that came from out of town to visit, and I took him there. We looked around, and I saw things I hadn't seen in a while. So that's been a year or so ago, so I need to come back. What days are you open?
We're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturdays 10 to 2.
Okay, good. Just come in and go on a little tour.
Just come in. We'll greet you at the door and go from there. The first room you walk into is our marble. You know why? Because that's what we're known for.
Yes.
You know, so that's the first room you walk into. If you want to just tour it yourself, we have a gallery guide.
Oh,
but we will also spend a couple of hours with you, showing you everything, hitting on the highlights and.
That's great.
Yes.
So fun. It's quite a treasure right here in town to
it
have
is.
all that
is.
Of where we've come from, our history.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yes.
That's fun. Well, now right now you have a photo contest going on. Is that correct?
We do. It's a photography contest that we put on every September. We're accepting the photos until Friday at 4 o'clock. That's the cutoff date. So if you're an amateur photographer, you know, why wouldn't you want to bring a picture and show it? Nothing is better than seeing your art hang on the wall, and photography is a form of art.
Yes.
Not only that, but the cash prize is $100, $75, $50.
Oh.
So that's pretty exciting, and we've got quite a few entries, but we're still looking for students. There's a student side too. $100, $75, $50. Last year we only had 2 students enter.
Oh, goodness.
So guess what? They both won.
Wow. Well, so it can be any type of photography.
Well, it has to be printed on photography paper.
Okay.
It cannot be metal. A canvas is great.
Yeah.
So, and it has to actually be able to be hung. So when you bring it in, we'll take the forms. We've got them online, or you can just stop by the museum and get a application and attach it to the photo. and we'll take care of it from there for you. And then we do a reception. It's the third Thursday of the month.
Okay.
And this, for the photography, what is the third Thursday? I'm drawing a blank.
I looked at my news.
Yeah,
that's all right.
It's right here,
Third
September
Thursday?
19th from 6:30 to 8.
Okay.
So we do a reception in the photographer's honor, and we'll have the ribbons posted at that time. But you get to come and visit with different photographers and see their work and talk to them.
That is fun. I tell you, the best I do with my phone is not very good, but I need to look back and see if I have some good things I could submit.
Yes.
Some photos. That would be fun. Well, now I know you looked at the newsletter,
Yes.
and I know I got one of those in the mail. But how can people find out what's going on?
We also have a Facebook page, which is really informative. We have a lot of information going on the Facebook page all the time. Different events are shared. All the events that we're doing are on the Facebook page.
Okay.
We have a website. It's not quite up and running yet. I'm still working on that.
Those things take time.
They do.
They do. I know. And speaking of the newsletter, how can someone help support you?
Well, we accept donations. There is no cost to get into the museum. It is free.
Oh, okay.
So if you come in, we have a donation box, but our biggest cry is for members. We would love members. And for as little as $30 a month or a year, you can become a member. And you just come in, fill out a form, call us, we'll send you a form. Membership is not only supports the museum, but supports your city too, because all these items that are in the museum come from Sylacauga and surrounding areas.
Wow.
So for as little as $30, you can become a member, and there's also a benefit to becoming a member. It's called NARM, North American Reciprocal Museums.
Yes.
And what that is you're a member of their site, and you can go on their website and view different museums. But it also supports hundreds of museums across the world that you can either get into at a discounted price or free. And you can visit their gift shops and get 10% off also.
Oh, okay.
So that's a really good benefit.
Yes, that's great. And I know I did look on there. There is a website. You can look at all the different places.
Yes.
So if you've got a trip coming up, see where you're going, see if there's anything you could go see there.
Yes.
A museum. That's great. Well, listen, we're going to pause for a commercial break, and we'll be right back and talk some more with Judy.
Great. What am I going to do now?
Time to visit Brown's Auto Collision.
No problem at all. We've contacted your insurance company and we can get you back into original condition right away. And I just want to remind you that all of our work is covered by a lifetime warranty. We're done.
Wow, that was easy and looks great.
Brown's Auto Collision.
Where quality is no accident.
A funeral service represents a family's final farewell to their loved ones. Knowing this, we go beyond what is expected to ensure the ceremony is beautiful and memorable, a truly fitting tribute to that special life. We invite you to visit us to meet our staff and tour our renovated facility complete with a new dining area and catering services. We've been serving the people of this area for over 40 years, and we think that you'll be pleased to find that making lasting impressions remains our first priority. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Judy Green. She is the Executive Director of the Isabel Anderson Comer Museum and Arts Center. I know I've seen a little bit on your Facebook page or other things about the Voices of Avondale Mills. What is that?
Well, we have a huge gallery downstairs, and it has Avondale Mills in it.
Yes.
When I first got there, there was one showcase of Avondale, and I just thought Avondale was so much more important to the city than just one showcase.
Yes.
So we have turned it into the half of our downstairs is based on
Good.
Avondale.
It's such a big part of our community. Yes,
It was.
For so long.
It was, and it ties into so many different things we're doing this year also. So when some of the things we have, and the library has been great to digitize everything and then get it to me. So we've got everything live at the museum. But mortgages. Have you seen the mortgages?
I think I have, yeah.
Of the mill villages. How awesome are they? Back then, you could get a house in Mill Village, a 4-room house for $2,500, and pay on it every 2 weeks at like $3, you know, every 2 weeks. I mean, that's just the
really
coolest thing.
changed,
Yes,
haven't
they have.
That is neat, though, to see that. What else do you have? I know you have a lot of those type things.
We have pictures. We have the Suns, the Avondale Suns, the hard copies. We've got just different memorabilia. We've got their token coins that they use to pay their workers. Just different articles. We've got a journal from 1897 that we just treasure.
Oh my goodness.
So and it's in great shape, and it's the perfect handwriting in it. It's a stock journal. But to learn the history of Avondale and how it affected this town, and not only this town, but so many other towns too.
Right, right. How did all this get started? I mean, did someone give you a lot of things about Avondale?
Yes, they did. Tom Biven.
Oh, yes.
Tom Biven contributed so much to us. He was able to see what the galleries were going to look like before, unfortunately, he passed, but he was such a blessing to us and really helped a lot. Right. The whole Voices in Avondale, we're doing the month of October. Okay. And that's just a tribute to the people who worked at Avondale. Yes. But more so we can learn more about Avondale. So I was offered a tourism grant. They called one day and said, "We have a tourism grant, would you be interested?" And I was like overjoyed, and I said, "Yes." "What will you use it for?" And I said, "To stream the voices of Avondale in the museum."
Good.
So it all just came together in just a few minutes. But we've got this huge gallery, and it's so personal because of the pictures down there of so many different people who lived here and their relatives who still live here.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
So we can actually stream live interviews. Thank you to the library, because they're on your website on the database. Right. So we're actually able to stream several hundred of different interviews, so you can hear the voices of the people who actually worked there, lived in Mill Village, met Donald Comer, worked in different parts of the mill, and how their children went on to do it too. So it's really interesting to listen to them.
To really hear it in their voice.
Exactly, yeah. And those voices will be streamed through the entire museum.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting, and then we'll have different memorabilia around different places in the museum, so that it will just kind of separate everybody and keep everything rolling. So we encourage everybody to come and have a reunion, enjoy it, you know, bring your family members who've worked there.
How neat. I mean, because when these people are gone, and a lot of them are, like you said, Tom Biven, who know all about Avondale and what went on there, it's going to be lost if it's not recorded somewhere.
Yes.
So I'm so glad y'all are doing that.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. It just to listen to them you're just in awe, because these are true, real people talking.
Gosh, you know? Wow. And so this will be the month of October.
The whole month of October.
The Avondale Mills gallery is there all the time, isn't it? Okay,
yes.
But there'll just be more or things added.
Yes, we'll be focused on Avondale at that time, yes.
Wow, how neat. That's interesting. I can't wait to come hear some of that.
Yes.
Wow. What else? I know you have a magic show coming up.
Yes, we have a magic show, Magic at the Comer Museum, we're calling it, with David Berlin.
Yes.
He's local,
graduated
Sylacauga High School. How exciting is that? He's had several different appearances all over. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's a fundraiser for us, and it's just another way for the museum to raise some money, to help change out galleries and focus on different things, fixing up the museum, landscaping, and different things like that. So all
that
this
stuff has to be done all the time.
has to be done.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I know. And I know you're changing things up. Do you have a different artist every month? Is that or
We
something
do.
like that? Yeah.
The month of September is focused on the photography contest. But then after that, we have a different artist every month just to focus on who these artists are. We're a small town. And a lot of people think, you know, that there's just, you know, nothing here to do.
Right.
But there is so much to do and so much talent in this town. We had Kathy Beasley last month, and she was great. It was her first time doing an exhibit, and she did so well. Sold quite a few pieces and got her name out there, but more so built her confidence. And then before her, a local Christy Emfinger, which she too sold a lot. So it's exciting to see these artists come in to our community and actually present themselves. If you don't have art, I mean, there's so much missing. The schools that we did this, right before school started, we did a fundraiser for the schools. They're taking art out of some of the schools. I'm not saying they're taking it out of all of our schools, but if we don't help fund them and support them, it could be gone. And math and English and history is important, but if children don't have art to express themselves, they do it in other ways.
That's true.
So, so we did about $700-800 worth of donations for supplies and cash donations to Pinecrest, Indian Valley, Nichols Lawson. So they all benefited from it. So it's just that much more that they'll be able to keep in the schools. And art really is so important. You sit there and you think, it's just doodling, it's just coloring, but it's more than that.
It is. It's a way to express yourself.
Exactly.
And for some children or some adults, it's a way to live. I mean, it's the way they make their living.
Yes,
everybody may not do that, but some may, and they need to have some training.
It gives them the choices.
Yes, it does. Well, that is fun. I know y'all certainly support all those kids. So you have a lot of things on the wall, I know, during that time. In May is when you do the school system art show.
Yes, Sylacauga City Schools. We do an art show there for them. And the parents and grandparents come in and they are just so overjoyed to see it.
Yes.
But more so, those children get to see their art on the wall.
Yes.
And it's a chaos, crazy night because usually we have between 250 and 300 people come through the museum on that particular day. And you've got from kindergarten up through high school running.
Oh.
So it's kind of chaos, but it's so much fun because they are so excited about seeing their art hanging on a wall.
How fun. Thank y'all for supporting that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, we're going to pause for another commercial break, and we'll be right back and talk some more with Judy.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery, to cancer treatment, to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
There's a lot in life to smile about. Are loose dentures or missing teeth keeping you from enjoying the things you love? Don't miss out on enjoying life's precious moments. You can be you again with affordable mini dental implants. You can smile again, laugh out loud, and have your self-confidence back. Let us help you make it memorable.
I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
The all-new Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our remodeled and expanded pharmacy gives us the space to serve more patients. We've added a drive-through window for those times when you don't feel like getting out of your vehicle. And we still offer delivery within city limits. We feature a full line of over-the-counter medications and supplements. And don't forget our stunning new gift department. New building, same great people. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Judy Green, who's the Executive Director of the Isabel Anderson Comer Museum and Art Center. It's so much more than a museum. It's arts and a lot of things combined there, Greg.
Yes, it is.
So Judy, I know you work very hard to get have all these programs and things going on, and you have something big coming next summer. Is that right?
Yes, we do. We were chosen by the Alabama Humanities Alliance and Smithsonian. So we were chosen to put on an event called Spark Places of Innovation. And when I sent in all the paperwork, I was like, what is Spark Places of Innovation? I've learned a lot.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So innovation is how we've grown, how we've survived.
Yes.
So what came to mind was, once again, Avondale.
Yes.
So when Avondale closed its doors, Sylacauga was probably destined to not survive the loss of all those jobs that supported our city. But we did. And so many industries have come in to support us. But we were one of 6 museums chosen to sponsor this event. It'll be here June 20th through July 20th of 2025. And what will happen is in the museum there'll be some different stand-up displays talking about innovation in rural America.
Okay.
Doesn't mention Sylacauga, so we have to turn it into our own, which we already have plans. I have a vision, and we'll celebrate Sylacauga. And rural is not a bad thing. It's really a good thing. We have grown, we have survived, and we'll continue to survive.
And we will continue to do that because of people like you too, I would say.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I tell you, during the commercial break, Chris brought in an article, 10 uniquely Alabama museums worth a visit, and the first one is the Isabel Anderson Comer Museum and Art Center. So congratulations.
Thank you. That is so exciting.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So we are getting noticed more and more every day. So many people come through the museum and wish that they had a museum in their small towns that looked like ours. They'll come in, and when they find out that we have 3 floors of galleries to visit, their eyes just brighten up. So that is so exciting. So to see this and hear this is so great. But we're getting more publicity. Alabama's Most Haunted. They came this past summer, and they spent 13 hours in the museum.
Oh, good.
You think they spent it just on the haunted, and it is not. It's going to be a documentary about the museum. But the haunted part has it's very interesting.
Oh.
So we've done some
paranormal.
paranormal.
Is it haunted?
Okay. Is it haunted? That's the question. They did a paranormal that night. So anybody who's been there, I introduced them to Harriet. She is our evening curator.
Okay.
So she spends her evenings in the museum. So if you don't know Harriet, you need to come by and see her. But she's been the focus on a couple of paranormal events also.
Okay.
But Alabama's Most Haunted is a YouTube organization, and so if you're interested in seeing what they do, they have a Facebook page, and they also have a YouTube page where they put their series on. We haven't been put on there yet because they're still working on us, but we will be on the YouTube page also, which is really exciting.
Wow, we'll have to look for that.
Yes, yes. So much is going on, and so many different people. Just the comments that they have that they can't believe so much is happening at this small museum in this rural town. They look up, when you go someplace, you're going to look up what to see when you go there.
Yes, yes.
You know, and the museum, is the #1 thing to look up and stop by and see, and then we tell them where else to go see.
Good.
Although Bluebell doesn't need a plug.
They don't. No. That's okay. I spend a lot of time at Bluebell myself.
Yes.
But that's neat. I need to come back in for a visit and see what's changed and what's there. If you haven't been by to see Judy at the museum, please go. I mean, I'm from Sylacauga. I've lived here all my life, but I still saw things that I thought, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. It was interesting. Yeah. A lot of things in there, y'all. Keep it moving, keep it busy, I know.
Yes, it is. It's just such an exciting place to work. There's 3 of us there, and we're constantly reading and learning and talking to different people. And visitors that come in that their parents were there when it was a library. I mean, they tell us stories. So we're
Right.
constantly learning different things,
Yeah.
and it's just so much fun.
I know when I come in, when I was a little girl, that's where the Comer Library was, and I can remember going in there, vaguely remember kind of going in and where the checkout desk was and things like that. So it's really fun to
Yes.
go in again.
Yeah.
Now you said you have a piece of marble out front, or
Yes.
what else do you have? Is that
We
what you-
have different pieces of marble out front and in the back,
Yes.
and we've been working hard on getting them cleaned up, so they're finally starting to shine. And now, you know, you drive by and you see this big white piece of marble in front of this big white marble building,
Right.
and it's fun. You sit there and go, "Wow, I wonder what that is." But it's fun to go in and all the history on that corner itself.
Yes.
Dixie Drug across the street, and then where the rec center was, there was an agricultural school there at one time.
Okay.
And therefore the Aggies.
Oh yes,
Yes.
yes. Uh-huh.
So there's just so much in there. There's school displays downstairs. You can go downstairs and also see a living area of what it was like to live back in a log cabin, or
Frontier
also too, you know, just in an older home. It's set up with the settees and all, a kitchen with a Formica table.
Oh goodness.
You know,
yes.
old
how
hot
fun.
point stove, you know, so
Wow.
so a lot of different things.
Well, you and your staff have spent a lot of time, I know, making it a really fun place to go and see all kinds of new things, old things and new things, old things but new, maybe new to me. And I like downstairs. Don't you have different schools? Like there's Fayetteville School and Comer, things like that.
There are, yeah. So
That's
it's fun for the kids because of yearbooks.
Oh yes.
So they love going through the yearbooks and finding grandma or mom or dad or grandpa,
Yeah.
and they take pictures, and we'll tell them, we'll say, "Isn't that exciting? Mama was in a museum."
Oh yeah.
So
How
they
fun.
have a good time with it.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that is so exciting. We've got about a minute left, but thank you and your staff for all you do.
Thank you.
I know when people come, they come to see us during the Marble Festival in the spring, and they go to the museum and Bluebell, of course, and other places like that.
Yes.
It's a nice place to go visit. But so if anybody wants to find out how to join the museum, become a member, they just go to your Facebook page or come by or call you.
Just do that, and we'll be glad to tell you all about it. And remember, it's free. If you have nothing to do, stop by for an hour or two. There's a lot to see, and you know, it's not going to cost you anything, but you're going to get something out of it.
That's true. That is so true. Well, thank you, Judy.
Thank
and we
you.
look forward to Voices of Avondale Mills and the next summer Spark Places of Innovation.
Yes.
Can't wait for it. All right. Thank you for joining us on Library Connection.